In 2020, we were ranked 48th amongst the top 100 startup hubs in the world. In 2021, we have moved up by 28 points and now are at 19. Delhi and Bangalore top the list of most startups in the country. With over 72,000 recognized startups in the country, India has an entrepreneurial culture that is rapidly booming. But do you know, there are a lot of Indian startups that operate here but are actually headquartered abroad. We now have over 100 unicorns, that is, startups with a valuation of over $1 billion. But a lot of these unicorns like Polygon, Chargebee, Oyo are headquartered overseas. So, what are they doing this for? For starters, many software companies establish or move their headquarters to the US or Europe for extensive high-ticket market there. Being closer to the target audience helps them in negotiating deals, portraying themselves as bigger company and of course, easier deployment of their product. Amagi, a unicorn that was based in Bangalore, moved their headquarters to New York. Their founder and CEO, Bhaskar Subramaniam, says, many of the technology startups from India, especially in the B2B space, are naturally inclined to sell their products and services in the US market as it offers them large market, better demand, higher margins and favorable customer behavior. For some, it is the regulations of a particular industry. Polygon, for instance, an Ethereum Layer 2 company, was started in India, but the founders realized the potentials that lay overseas. Today, it's a company with no headquarters. They call themselves a global company with offices in Middle East, Switzerland, Belgrade, US because the compliances in India was tedious for them. Another reason for startups to list overseas is the taxation. The Indian corporate tax rate is 30%. Some countries like Singapore, for example, has a corporate tax rate of less than 17%. Singapore also does not tax the dividends offered to shareholder and there is no capital gain tax either. And of course, a major reason is that being headquartered abroad allows you to be listed on their stock markets as well. In 2020, the Government of India passed the amendment in the Company Act to ease up the process of Indian startups to list on foreign exchanges. Most development offices, however, of these startups remain in India thanks to the cheaper labor and infrastructure here. With complicated rules, regulations, and tax regimes, many startups prefer being headquartered abroad. So why doesn't everyone set up shop overseas? Because with great opportunities comes great challenges. Setting up in a whole another country makes it excruciatingly difficult for entrepreneurs to find the right talent, the language barrier, and of course, breaking into the market. Moreover, the business environment, local culture of the cities, and adjusting to the new demographic is difficult. As long as the operational offices are in India, we benefit from their success. But of course, our economy would benefit a lot more with the headquarters in the country itself. In the past few years, the trend of establishing overseas headquarters is in a slight decline. With opportunities like the Startup India scheme and new government platforms to help upcoming businesses, startups are now inclining back towards India. The process for startups to list on the stock exchange in India has now eased up. The ecosystem expects some more shifts in the regulation of doing business in India. That's when we will witness more startups starting up, building in India and growing globally.